Well, this was not the video I expected to make this week. However, something really interesting happened this past weekend. You read the title. So yeah, let's talk about the world's dumbest hacker. Now, I'm pretty sure most of the people watching this video have used Amazon, if not know what it is. I'm pretty sure everyone on Earth knows what Amazon is, even people without computers or phones. But for the one of you out there who might have the slight idea of what it is but not know for sure, it's like eBay. It's like an online ordering platform where you can buy basically anything you want. And they are pretty good when it comes to security. They normally have a multi-step process in order to get into accounts, so that way hacks can't really occur too often. However, needless to say, it occurred for me anyways. This occurred Mother's Day, actually, of all times. Sunday morning at around 9 a.m., I got an alert saying that my Amazon email has been changed, which confused me because I've never changed it. I didn't even know you could change it. And the person who changed it, his name is shitdip2001@gmail.com. Now, normally I don't go ahead and pretty much dox people and put their usernames or private emails out there. However, for this situation, there's a very good reason why I'm doing it. We will be getting back to that at the end of the video. However, I was told that my email was changed and that I had a refund for two of relatively cheaper items that I had ordered, which were Funko Pops I got from Michelle, my sister, for her birthday, supernatural ones. Now, naturally, I flipped my shit at the time. I was very scared because all of my bank is stored on Amazon. My bank information, I mean to say, not just my bank. But, yeah, I was kind of scared, so I was like, oh, well, let me call them up. I called them up. I spoke to a woman that didn't really know much English, and she basically told me, change my bank information. They might contact me within the next couple days. So I was like, oh, well, that's just dandy. So, I went this morning. I slept on it for the night, and I was kind of pissed. But this morning at around 6 a.m., I decided to try to log back in, and I was actually able to successfully get into my old account, my current account now. And, the person that hacked me did a couple interesting things, which I'll show on screen. They changed my name to Zan Mistletoe. Alright. I've never heard of the name Zan Mistletoe before. Hacking 101. If you're gonna hack someone, give your alias at least a believable name. Zan Mistletoe is not a believable name. And on top of that, they also asked for a refund of the product I mentioned earlier, and they used that refund money to order something. Now, at the time, I didn't know that they ordered anything. At the time, I was just like, oh, okay, Amazon gave me my account back. We're all good. All's well that ends well. I mean, I guess this hacker's just gonna get away with it. However, at work, which was about 5 hours ago, I was going through my phone, just in my off time, you know, I was on my break, and I got a notification from Amazon saying that a Nook charging cable has been shipped. And I was like, I don't know anyone that has a Nook. Why would I order a cable? And then it clicked with me. The hacker shipped an item under my username. They hacked into my account, and then they used my account to order themselves the charger with the refunded money for free. Basically, they got it for. They're screwing me over a little bit, but mostly screwing over Amazon. Now, immediately after getting the notification, I thought, wait, you can track packages on Amazon. I can see exactly where this was shipped. And in the back of my mind, I was like, there's no way this guy used his real name. I mean, obviously, Zan Mistletoe is not a real person's name. I doubt they used their real address. I was thinking maybe they ordered it for someone else. Well, I went on to Amazon, checked the address, and sure enough, the name for the billing and shipping info, as well as the name that it was sent to, was completely different than Zan Mistletoe. It's somebody's real name and real address. They're not shipping it to an abandoned building. I looked on, I think it was Zillow that popped up, saying that the house was currently populated. So the genius that hacked me didn't think to remove the item that they ordered before I got my account returned. So I knew exactly who this person was, what they ordered, and where they lived. Now, I'm not obviously going to show the person's address because I'm not evil like this person is. I will show their name though. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to show it on screen. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you know that this isn't an alias like Zan Mistletoe was? And that's a good point. It could be an alias, but why would you go through the trouble of making up another fake name when you already have one? Why not just write Zan Mistletoe on there? So I have a couple theories as to what this was. Firstly, I'll tell you how I resolved this. I ended up getting the information, contacting Amazon. They did an extra measure to secure my account. They're going to be watching it for the next quite a while, I'm assuming, just to make sure it doesn't get hacked again. And I went to the police station and I filed a formal report, and they're going to open up an investigation at the address where the hacking occurred from. So that's pretty cool that it's going to get resolved. I do have a couple theories though about what's going on. So the first theory, the first thing I can think of was it's a teenager. It's the teenager's first time hacking. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know that they could put a fake name on their address and still have it shipped to them, probably. So I was like, okay, you know, it still sucks. You know, they're still gonna have to pay the price for it, and you know, I may not press charges if it's a young kid or a teenager. And then the other thought that occurred in my head was it's an adult, and if it's an adult, I am definitely freaking pressing charges, because whereas a teenager, I mean, I'm definitely not at all saying that what this kid did was a good thing. I'm still very, very much pissed, even if it is a teenager. But teenagers do stupid, impulsive shit all the time. I was a teenager a few years ago. I know exactly what they do. I have never done anything like this, but I know that teenagers do stupid shit all the time. And once again, if it does turn out that it's a teenager that did something like this, I may not press charges. Now, as far as how I think it's a teenager is because of their email address. shitdip2001. That is not a very adulterated email address. That is something that very childish. In 2001 in the year, most people either put their marriage years or their birth years into their email address if they're going to put a year. It's probably a 15 or a 16-year-old that was born in 2001 who had the username shitdip. I know 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds that can hack. So it wouldn't at all surprise me if shitdip2001 was a teenager in this town in Florida, which I'm not going to reveal, and that maybe they just wanted a free Nook charging cable. Maybe theirs died. Maybe they're getting it for a friend. Who knows? I don't know any of the specifics. All I know is that I'm sorry that you got caught, but you shouldn't be doing this shit. It's not a very smart thing to do in this day and age, hacking someone. I would highly recommend you never do this again if you don't get caught, because if my authorities that are after you don't catch you and you try it again, somebody else will. And of course, there's also the possibility that I'm completely wrong and that this person's a genius and that this really was an alias and that this really isn't their address. And maybe they're getting it delivered to another address and sniping it off of a doorstep. Who knows? But from what I'm looking at right here, I'm just thinking that it was probably just a dumb teenager. But yeah, so just a public service announcement. Secure your guys' Amazon accounts, because I would hate to see this happen to any of you. So if any of you have had anything like this happen to you, please feel free to leave it in the comments. I'd love to read it. And I really hope that nothing like this does ever happen to you. If not, this has been Dan of DanRock Productions, and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace out and take care.